everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Conversations with the one and only J-Man. Your morning will never be the same. Here we go.
I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough. Never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough. Never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never, never, never enough, never, never, never enough for me, for me, for me. For me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're listening to Coffee and Conversation with your boy J-Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on, even Alexa. That's right. Alexa can make it do what it do. Y'all make sure y'all sharing the podcast, Coffee and Conversation. I am really beginning to push Coffee and Conversation really hard. I think I'm ready to take this show to a whole different level. I appreciate you all, my listeners, those that listen and those that give me feedback. If you ever want to give me feedback, please email me at lifeafterthecollar@gmail.com. I think that's the Gmail. You can also go to lifeafterthecollar.com, lifeafterthecollar.com, and check me out there as well. There are you can email me through there as well. And that's lifeafterthecollar.com. Shout out to all those that are in the chat room today. Yogi, what's going on with you, dude? Nurse Rachel, what's going on with you, dude? Good to have you. And my warriors out there at Winship, Emory Winship Cancer Center. Shout out to you all. I am so proud of my brother. And actually, I dedicate that first song, that opening song, to my brother. Never enough. He did very well this past week. To my Warriors out, all of the Warriors. Look, I want you all to know that I am proud of you. And today's broadcast is really dedicated to my Emory Winship Warriors. My Emory Winship Warriors. Look, I got something. I've been the last 2 days. I've been concentrating on a specific point, and today, this morning, I just happened. I said, okay, I have to have people motivate me. I have to have speakers or music or whatever the case may be to come on the inside or to speak to me. So, I was going to save this to last, but I want you all to feel the same energy I feel right now. I want you all to feel the same energy I feel right now. So I want you all to listen to this. And then when you listen to this, I'm going to come back and have a good conversation with you all. I'm going to have a great conversation with you all. Listen to this.
I can get through this. I will get through this. I must get through this. The days you're not plugged in are the days you don't get 120.
Too much to accomplish to be satisfied with where I am right now. I have too much on the line. I have too many people depending on me to win. I must stay hungry.
You want to kill an alligator? You kill it right after it eats. Because right after it eats, it gets satisfied. And it goes to a state like it's almost paralyzed. Some of y'all in this room, when you paralyzed, you had a little success. You're done what nobody else in your family has done, and now you chilling. Come on, you ain't hungry no more? Next 100, I need you to stay focused. Why? You should still be hungry. What have you eaten that's got you satisfied? What have you done? What have you accomplished that got you so full? I'm a contender, but the next 100 gonna change my life. You're gonna change this world. We're ordinary people doing extraordinary things. If that's you and you feeling me, just say I can. Come on, I can. I can. Come on, one more time. Yep, I will. Yep, I must. All right.
You study any animal in the animal kingdom, and I will tell you this, that the lion is king because the lion is hungry. The elephant is bigger than the lion. The sheep is faster than the lion. But nobody is more hungry than the lion. Go ask any athlete, actor, musician, philanthropist, it doesn't matter. You ask anybody who is a champion, and the difference between them and their opponent is they were more hungry for it. If there's anything I can pour from my heart in this moment, my greatest piece of advice is to protect your hunger.
Come on, I want to put some context into it. They sent my mother-in-law home 8 years ago. The cancer metastasized throughout her whole body. They're like, it ain't nothing we can do for you. Go home, spend time with your family. And people was like, yep, that's it for her. She said, it's not it for me. And they said, what do you mean it's not over for you? The doctor said, she said, I don't care nothing about a doctor. I got to see my grandson graduate from high school. He's a junior now at Michigan State University. She said, I got to see my granddaughter graduate, and my only 2 grandkids. I got to see my granddaughter graduate from high school, and she graduates in June. She said, after that, I might die. But up until then, I ain't going nowhere. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? And what we said to each other is, I can get through this. I will get through this. I must get through this. So I just need you to think about 3 people in your family that you love. 3 people. 3 people that you love. 3 people. You got them? They there? You got them? This is what I need you to do for me. Because some of you have a hard time staying motivated for a straight 100 days. So what I need you to do for me is I need you to think about those people every day when you're doing what you're doing. Do you have some days where you just want to hit the snooze button? Raise your hand for me. You want to hit the snooze button, right? So watch this. This is what has to happen. That person that you think about has to be louder than the snooze button. So when you think about Granny, you got to think about, do I hit the snooze button or do I get up and make it happen for Granny? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Who you doing this for? So the days you don't feel like getting up, just think about them. Somebody tell me in this room, when you think about your siblings, when you think about mom and dad and grandma, when you think about your uncle and aunts, when you think about those coaches, those people who've been there for you, just raise your hand if you say, E.T., sleep is better than that. Just raise your hand and tell me, anybody in the room, sleep is better than them, E? Raise your hand. Somebody tell me, E.T., you don't get it. You don't know how hard it is, E? I probably don't. I just lived in abandoned buildings. AI trash cans. I probably don't. Maybe I ain't never been through what you've been through, but I've been through my go-through. And you don't get here by quitting when you tired. You get here by quitting when you finish, when you done. You don't stop when you tired. You stop when you done. You stop when you complete it, when you execute it. Execution is worship. And so I execute for my mom. I execute for my grandma. I execute for my sister. I execute for those kids in the hood who looking for a role model. That's why I wear the hat with a PhD. That's why I wear the J's. So when the kids in the hood look at me, they say, if E.T. can do it, I can do it. That's why I can't quit and give up, even though I get tired just like everybody else. Why? Because this is what I do. This is my lane. This is your lane. You gotta murder it. So when I ask you, you got energy, don't play with me. When I say again, you got that energy for the next 100 days, I need to feel your soul in this room. All right, I can? Come on, I can? Come on, I can? I will. I must. Come on, I can? I will. I must. Give yourself some energy. Come on, give yourself some energy.
I can, I will, and I must. I actually have a shirt that I often wear that says those very words. I've had it about maybe about eight, 9 years now. And it simply says on the front of the shirt, I can, I will, and I must. Those are 3 different stages that I have to go through. Those are 3 things that I have to go through. I can. I may not be there now, but I have to mentally get in a space. I have to mentally get in a space where I know I can beat this. I know I can accomplish this. I know I can go through this. I can. I know I can. I have to convince my body that I can. I have to tell my mind, convince my mind that every morning that I wake up in the morning, I can do this. I know I can do this. And not only can I go to the next stage and say, you know what? I will do this. Not only I can do this, but I will do this, whatever it takes. And let me help you all out. 98% of us succeeding in whatever task we have to do is mental. 98% of the stuff that, whatever it takes, the stuff, the ingredients of succeeding at anything you do is all mental. If you can get the mental part out of the way, I can. I will. If I can get the I will down in my system, nothing will stop me. Whatever it takes, however long it takes. I may have this in my system now, but I don't care how, I'll just live with it in my system until it's gone. But it will not, I will beat it. I may have to do round 2. I may have to do round 3, whatever it takes, just like a boxing match. When a boxer says, I am going to beat you, and has it down in his or her guts that I'm going to win this particular fight, you may knock me down, but I am going to get back up. It's up to us. It's up to you as an individual. No one can make this decision for you but you. You can listen to me all day long on the radio. But if you never tell yourself, if you never look in the mirror for yourself and say, you know what, Jason, I can. You know what, Jason, I will. And then finally put a stamp on it that says, I must. And the reason why an ingredient to getting to I must, you must find a reason to do it. You must find a reason to do it. You can't just stop and say, you know what? I could do this. you know what, I will do this. But unless you find a reason to say, I must do this. The story of his mother-in-law surviving cancer was built on the idea of, my grandkids, I need to see them graduate. You have to find something bigger than you. We often lose battles because we become selfish. I don't know who needed to hear that one, but the person in the back that needed to hear this. The reason why we lose battles is because we are selfish. There are people out there that love us. There are people out there that's going to miss us. So what, you are in this battle? Yes, it is a hard battle to fight. Your battle may be different than my battle. Your engagements may be different than my engagements. However, I'm not going to minimize your battle. And don't let anybody minimize yours. I'm not gonna allow anybody to say, well, I've been through this. Well, I've been through this. Your battle is just as devastating as anybody else's battles. It takes just as much of a mental toll on you, but don't you allow anybody to minimize your battle. You get in there, you fight your fight, you do what you need to do. Why? Because you can. Why? Because you will. Why? Because you must. Don't get satisfied. Don't get satisfied with your tomorrow. That's what he meant by that. Don't get satisfied about your tomorrow. Yesterday is gone. He was talking about how you lose your hunger after you eat. What did you eat that made you so satisfied? You shouldn't ever get satisfied about your tomorrow. You should be You should show gratitude about what happened yesterday. But you should never be satisfied about tomorrow. Never be satisfied about yesterday, but not tomorrow. Be satisfied about yesterday. I had a fortune cookie last week. That says, until we become satisfied with our past, when we become satisfied with our past, we'll be able to live a second life. In other words, once you get all of the good, the bad, and ugly. See, we think that the bad things that happen in our life in the past is all negative. No, there are things in our past, even in the ugly stuff, that we're supposed to draw from that is good, even in our bad. And when we do that, when we become satisfied about our past, we can let it go and live again. We can let that past go and live again. We can actually live a second life. No matter what you're going through right now, no matter what stage you are in right now, find something that you were supposed to learn. Some of us are going through things just to show us how strong we are, how mentally tough we are. And when we learn that lesson, we can come out of the test. We can come out. You could in college. You could test out of programs, out of classes. You take the test. If you pass this test, we'll give you the credits for it, and you can move on. Can you take the test and move on? Can you take the test, pass the test, and move on? I'll say that again. Can I take the test, pass the test, and move on? One thing about the military, the Army and the Marines, as long as you physically fit and as long as you do your paperwork, they'll put you in a position. And shout out to my oldest son who just got promoted to E6 in the Army. in the Army and the Marines, as long as you pass your physical stuff and then you do all the necessary paperwork, they put it in the file. They're gonna see, okay, this person get promoted, this person get promoted, this person get promoted. But in the Navy and in the Air Force, it's totally different. In the Navy, we had to sit down and take an exam and compete against other folks. Some things that we go through are just tests in our lives to show how strong we are, to show how powerful we are, to show our test of fortitude, if that's what you want to call it. But you have to get to your I can, I will, and I must. Whoever listens to this and whoever this is for, today, before, after you get back from your treatments, or after you get back from work, or wherever you may be, when you get home, or wherever you are right now, even if you have to stop somebody and say, hey, give me a piece of paper. And in all caps, great big letters on 3 different lines, I need you to write, I can, I will, and I must. Let it be a reminder that I can do this. Whatever test, at the top of the paper, you need to put whatever test you're going through. Whatever test you're going through, write it at the top of the paper. And then underneath it, in great big letters, I can, I will, and I must. There is no other options. It has no power over you. It has no power over your body. Do you feel weak at days? Yeah. But guess what? You tell your mind, you know what? I'm not feeling weak. I know what my body is telling me, but my mind is stronger than my body. So my mind is going to tell my body, you need to catch up with us. Your mind is telling, I need to get up and be energized and move about. Instead of laying in the bed, get up and do something. I don't care if it's move. If you find a place where you put books on one end of the house, and you say, well, what the task that I'm gonna do is move this stack of books from this side of the house to that side of the house. At least you just prove to your body that my mind is more powerful than you. I know my body is telling me, don't get up and do this. Don't hit the alarm clock, or hit the alarm clock and go back to sleep. To lay in the bed and say, I can't believe I'm going through this, and throw the covers back over your head. You have a choice, and your choice is to succeed. Your choice is to win. I'm hyped this morning. I've been dealing with this for about 2 days now. And the last 2 mornings, I've kind of been focused in on this. Look. There is something good that's going to happen to each and every last one of you. There is something good that's going to happen to each and every last one of you. But in order for you to receive it, you have to be in the right place. And what I mean by the right place, you have to be in the right state of mind. Get in the right state of mind. I can. I will. I must. I can. I will. I must. Look, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know this song right here is going to hype you all out and set you all out of the barrel like a bullet. I appreciate you all hanging out with me this morning. This is Michael Jackson. Don't stop till you get enough. I'll see you all next week. Holla.
You know, I was wondering, if you could keep on, because the force, it's got a lot of power, and it makes me feel like it makes me feel like